loves. So I wanted to clarify something I brought up in movement class today, and that was the concept of a spiritual bypass, which I know some people have heard of that, maybe those words put together, but I wanted to just explain a little bit what it means or what I mean when I refer to spiritual bypassing. And basically it's when we, it's very rampant in the sort of spiritual community, religious community, positive thinking community, law of attraction community. And it's this idea where I'm having an emotion that I deem is negative or painful, or I don't want to be feeling what I'm feeling. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically choose another higher feeling, a higher frequency feeling, like joy or bliss or happiness or whatever that I want to be feeling, gratitude, whatever it is. And what we do is we're not feeling so good, and then we spiritually bypass that not so good feeling to jump to one of those more preferable emotions, gratitude, joy, whatever. So the reason spiritual bypassing isn't a good thing is because what we're doing when we do that, even though we're well-intentioned and we're trying to feel better and we want to attract the things that we want in the world, so we want to be at a higher frequency of vibration and feeling, even though that's all well and good, what we're doing when we spiritually bypass is we are bypassing the other feeling, the feeling that we have, that we're starting with, whether it be anger, sadness, jealousy, loneliness, depression, all of those kinds of feelings, right? And bypassing those feelings doesn't mean they go away. It means they're still there. It means we just sort of took a little bypass. We sort of detoured and jumped over them to assume a feeling of joy or happiness. It doesn't mean that the joy or happiness isn't authentic, or that we haven't maybe practiced being in that higher state of being or that higher frequency vibration, and that we can reach that higher frequency vibration. That's a great thing. The thing about it is just that we haven't dealt with the other feeling underneath. And when we don't allow that feeling to be expressed, i.e. embodied, moved through our body, that feeling stays there, that energy stays there. And the more we spiritually bypass, the more that feeling will build up and build up and build up. And so it becomes sort of an issue of suppression. We're suppressing a part of ourselves by spiritually bypassing. I'm grateful, I feel so good, I'm blissed out, life is great, I'm gonna say my affirmations and feel so much better. And maybe we do for a little while, but what happens is we can't really stay in that higher frequency, because the emotion that's asking for our attention, the more painful emotion is going to keep pulling us. It's going to keep bringing finding ways to bring our attention to it. And that's a good thing. It's part of us that wants to heal. It's the part of us that has a message for us that needs to be heard. And what that sort of ball of suppressed emotion, painful or denied emotion, will start to do, actually, because it has a frequency, is it's putting out a frequency that's then attracting things to me and people and circumstances to me that are going to force me to face that it's there, that are going to give me the opportunity to be like, I'm not happy. There's something wrong here. I'm still angry about that thing. I'm still sad about that thing. And, sort of the miscommunication or interpretation of a lot of this sort of spiritual movement for like law of attraction and higher frequency and all that stuff is that we can just bypass our sad or more challenging, painful feelings. And you can, but only it's not gonna last. Like those feelings are still there. And I have a real issue with calling feelings positive and negative. I have a real issue with calling certain feelings good or bad. They're not. They're feelings. They're all feelings. They're all meant to move. Their energy and motion. They're meant to move up and out of the body. All of them. And so, that's why, my approach in a lot of my classes is, rather than let's just go jump straight to gratitude or straight to joy. We spend time first feeling and honoring what is here now. What is here now? I'm feeling depressed today. I'm feeling freaking sad. I'm feeling lonely. I'm feeling whatever it is, and honoring that. Be that. Allow that to move. It will stay there and attract things you don't want when we don't express it, when we don't allow ourselves to feel it. And expressing it doesn't mean spewing it all over the world and calling all your friends and telling them, how depressed you are, or spending a week depressed, or, unless you need to, But I guess what I'm saying is, it's not about now I'm spending all my time in this emotion. It's actually surprising to a lot of people that once they actually are willing to bear witness and touch the emotion that feels painful that they've been avoiding, how quickly it passes. We have this fear, and I hear this over and over again. Oh my gosh, well, if I start crying about that thing, I'll never stop. If I start talking about that guy or girl that I'm so angry about, I'll never stop being angry. And actually the reverse is true. You'll never stop if you don't allow yourself to fully feel it, to feel the full wave of that emotion and that experience. You will feel it to the end if you allow yourself to dive headfirst in and just let it have you, let it express itself through you. So a lot of what we do in my class is interrupt the spiritual bypass, is to actually feel into the incredible depth and range of emotion that we have, and receive the wise messages from each and every one of those emotions, and allow ourselves to mourn or grieve or feel whatever it is we need to feel, so that once we let that move out, we have this new space that opens up. What do I want to fill it with? Oh my gosh, that's when I get to choose. I want to feel it with gratitude. I want to feel it with bliss. I want to feel it with joy. I want to feel it with possibility, whatever it is, right? But when you're full of anger and you're trying to stuff joy in there, good luck. You're going to end up just putting it on top and on top and on top and on top, right? So there is a place for every single emotion, and there is beauty, and there is and wisdom in every single emotion. So allowing ourselves to really be with that and feel that is so key. Don't spiritually bypass. Feel it all. Feel it all.